What's going on, y'all? I'm usually a real private guy, real reserved guy, even though I do entertainment. My personal life is very private. I only show what I want people to see. But there's certain things that, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Excuse me because I'm driving, but I think I gotta get this out. Just want to brag on God and His faithfulness. Let's start with the pandemic and all that came with that. We ended up in the pandemic, and I'm gonna make this as short as possible. I'm a UPS driver by trade. Ended up getting injured in April. My leg, my Achilles. So I was out. I didn't do my full job. I went on basically like a light duty type of thing till June. In June, I decided to go it out, get the doctor to look at it. Make a long story short, I did therapy, and they decided after about 2.5 months, 3 months, that I'm probably going to have surgery. So I ended up having surgery in October on my Achilles. And I'm going to come back to that. Let's backtrack. When I came out of work in June, I wasn't feeling well. To add on top of the injury, it was discovered at that time that I had lupus. So that was a tough blow to know that I had an autoimmune disease. So now I have lupus and I have to have Achilles surgery. Let's go back to October. We'll go forward to October. October the 23rd, I was to have surgery on my Achilles to repair my Achilles. So I'd been in the boot walking around and doing what I had to do up until that point. The day of the surgery, they numbed my leg up to do the surgery, and they did the surgery. Coming out of the surgery that night, my leg was still numb. The next day it was still numb. I felt a little pain, but not the pain that I had imagined that I would experience having surgery. So, okay, 2 days go by, my leg's still numb. I call the doctor and say, hey, I don't know what I'm supposed to experience, but my leg is still numb from the surgery. They said, oh, that's normal. It might take a couple days, might take a week, whatever. Boom, never got the feeling back in my leg. Go to, I think my 2-month appointment, same thing, still numb. Same story. Oh, that happens sometimes. It's going to take a little while, blah, blah, blah. We did this all the way up to 6 months until I demanded to see somebody because my leg still is numb from my kneecap down, as well as me trying to rehabilitate the Achilles. Come to discover, I got an EMG, come to discover that they damaged my nerves when they numbed me up for the surgery, which is permanent nerve damage to my lower right leg. Like if you look at our video, when I look at the world, if you look at a certain point when I'm walking, you can see that I'm limping. And this is before the surgery. So I am now with a permanent limp. So I have to see a neurosurgeon to possibly do surgery to repair my nerve in my leg, if it's possible. So we go forward with that. So we're moving on. Time to get my physical. Did this in March. I take my dad to the doctor as well. So when I took my dad for his follow-up, the doctor said he's glad that I'm there because he needs to talk to me. He needs to talk to me about what? He said, your PSA is high. And I knew what that meant. PSA is dealing with your prostate. Here we go. Just one more thing within a year and a half time. So I took another blood test. Still high. Not as high as the first one, but still high. I think you should see your urologist. Go see the urologist. Okay, I think we need to do a biopsy. We go ahead and do the biopsy. Confirm you have prostate cancer. Kind of tough blow, understanding that my brother went through it. My other brother went through it. My nephew Rick went through it. Cancer kind of runs heavy in my family. So it didn't devastate me, but it was a hard blow. But to explain the peace that I've had over the last year and a half, after going out of work, being diagnosed with lupus, having surgery, a botched surgery, numb leg, and now cancer, to still remain faithful and feel the peace of God through it all, and being able to smile and move forward and still live my life under the protection of the Lord, and understanding that none of this caught him off guard, and he knows everything that's going on with me, and my life is in his hand. The Bible talks about nothing and no one can snatch me out of his hand, not even this, and I'm not shaken. So the lesson in this, it's a part in the 23rd Psalm. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. You know, I trust him with everything that I have. And maybe this is to encourage someone else who's going through. And the way you go through is the important part, because we all going to go through something. How you go through it is the key. We can talk it, but the question is, can we walk it like we talk it? And I pray that this encourages someone that finds themselves in these hard places where you have no option but to trust in the Lord. So it ain't over. We're in the middle of it. But he is a light in the valley. Another piece to this. I don't know if a lot of you know that my wife has been ill for the last few years. Another thing, I know you might have noticed that I don't post a lot of pictures of us lately, but we were blessed enough to celebrate our 10-year anniversary, and she was feeling well enough to do that, and we did that. Got back, and we were supposed to go on another vacation right after that and take the kids on vacation. And she wasn't feeling her best, but she said she felt well enough to just chill and wanted me to take the kids on vacation, take my son on vacation. So reluctantly I did. And then she had to go to the hospital. Got admitted to the hospital while I was away. So I just drove down, had to turn right around and drive back. She was in the hospital for 10 days. And it's, you know, another thing that's added on top of what we're dealing with. But trusting in the Lord that he is going to see us through. We're not out of the woods yet. But anyhow, so I pray that you are blessed by this. We don't know what the outcome is for all of this. I may never be able to use my leg again, which means I will never be able to work again. There's a whole lot that comes with that. This cancer may be whatever, You know, it's unfortunate. It's the reality of life. But I'm going to trust him. You know, I'm going to trust him through it all. So, God bless you.